Hi, I'm Debbie Williams, and I've been part of the Crossing for about 2 years now. So the interesting part of my story, I guess, starts about a couple of months ago when I had some symptoms that seemed like maybe pancreatitis or something with my intestine, GI tract. And we went to the doctor, and to make a long story short, in a matter of a couple of hours, we found out that it was stage 4 cancer, and there is no cure, and it is in multiple places. And I start my treatment tomorrow, my chemo treatment. So my life expectancy went from hopefully another 20 years to being measured in months, which is a big difference. So the first thing you do is you think about the shock of what just happened, what you just learned, and trying to put it in perspective. My first thought was of my husband, the things that we were hoping to do that weren't going to happen. You know, everybody wants to take that Alaskan cruise, go on that Rocky Mountain train ride, and the river cruise in Europe. And we were planning those things. And then we realized that wasn't going to happen. But gratefully, within a few minutes, God centered me and reminded me that I was entitled to nothing, that He has given me everything, and it's been a gift. And instead of thinking and focusing on what I wasn't going to get to do, that I needed to focus on what He's already given me. And that's 65 years of a very full life, full of people that I love who love me, full of faith, full of relationships, and having the blessing of going through the majority of that life, knowing that I had salvation. So that's a big change of perspective. And it's kind of hard sometimes because we live in a society of entitlement. We think we're entitled to these wonderful things, how we're going to spend our golden years, what we're going to get in life, what the experiences that we want in life. And it comes right down to it that we're not entitled to any of this. And changing that perspective of entitlement to a perspective of gratitude for what I already have, what has already been given to me, makes a big difference in life. No matter if you have 20 years, 50 years left in life, or if you have months left in life. So that has been my focus, and it's given me a lot more joy than you think you would have for somebody walking around with stage 4 cancer. It gave me a ministry in the hospital. I could talk to the nurses. They were kind of amazed at my perspective, and they were drawn to it because I think everybody in this world today needs some hope. They need a little bit of hope. They need to see something other than the negative. They need to see the joy that you can still have in any situation. And before I knew it, the nurses were taking their breaks in my room in the hospital. They were pushing us to the door. We would have 3 or 4 nurses come take us out to the car and wait in line for hugs. The world is craving good news, and we have that in the gospel. And no matter how our circumstances may see, how trying they may seem, we still have that good news, and it doesn't go away. So a good friend of mine who I used to actually work for, he's a pastor, reminded me to preach to myself every day, to say a few things to myself in the mirror, that preaching to others is important, but preaching to yourself is important. And he said, say these words, to look at yourself in the mirror and say, God loves me. God is in control. God has promised me that everything in my life will work for my benefit somehow. And then he reminded me to always say, I am a child of God. I am a daughter of the King of the universe. Now, it's kind of hard to feel bad for yourself in those situations. So I'm encouraging you, like I'm trying to spend the rest of my days, to find ways to encourage others, to offer them hope, to let them see you smile in situations that may, on the outside, seem pretty dire to most people. And remember, we are not entitled. Everything that we have, every good gift comes from God. Everything comes from above. And what a blessing that is, no matter how many years you have on this earth, to know that you are a child of God.